ever notice in life that the thing or person that you love the most is also the thing or person that can annoy the crap out of you the most? And the same goes for wrestling. I love wrestling. I adore wrestling. And yet, it can annoy me to no ends. And today we're going to talk about 3 things that are just so annoying that I absolutely just want to pull my hair out if I had any. We're going to do one from the fans, one from the wrestlers, and one from the company itself. 3 pet peeves that just, I don't know, they just get under my skin. The first one is the stupid freaking what chant. I hate the what chant. What? In the beginning, it was kind of funny. It was kind of amusing, but it got old real quick. Made Stone Cold Steve Austin a lot of money, but the damage that it has left is just, hate it. Now, some wrestlers can overcome it by quickly saying something like, say, what if you're an idiot? And then the crowd says, what again? And then they're like, oh, you got us. And then they will stop. Alexa Bliss is great at doing that. And then there are some wrestlers who actually have incorporated it into their promos. Obviously, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock has done it pretty well. And actually, Jey Uso does it really great. In fact, Jey Uso learned how to do it so well that he almost can't cut a promo as a babyface without it. And you're like, wait, when was the last time he had a what chant? No, he actually uses the yeet chant. He'll do a lot of things where he'll say a little quick phrase and then he'll wait for someone to say yeet instead of what. So he's used it so well that it's a part of his promo. But everybody else, since what, 2002, 22 years of his stupid what chant, just running rampant, killing promos left and right. I hate it. Why do I hate it so bad? I think it's very disrespectful, to tell you the truth. But you can say all day long, oh, well, you know, the fans, they paid their good money, they can do whatever they want to do. Fair. That's fair. Do whatever you want to do. But you know what? I believe in just being a little bit respectful to these people because they are putting their bodies and lives on the line here. And you can be like, wait a minute, they're putting their bodies and their lives on the line in a promo? Kind of. Those promos are gold to wrestlers to get a mic in your hand to be able to deliver your thoughts to the WWE universe is very, very valuable. And if the crowds hijack this segment and ruin the segment, then it might completely derail a career. I'm not even joking. A bad promo can destroy a wrestler, and it's continuously happening. Well, then they're going to start losing confidence. They're not going to get on the mic. They're going to lose more and then lose more, and suddenly, well, now they're 3MB. For example, now this wasn't necessarily the what chant. I think this was Seth Rollins like, whoa. It was in the beginning of it, so I don't think Seth Rollins, I think he allowed it to happen when Seth Rollins actually should have pulled it back. But I remember one time, Finn Balor and Seth Rollins, it was like for the World Championship in 2023. Anyways, we have Finn Balor trying to cut a promo, and the crowd just won't shut up. This could have been Finn Balor's moment to say, you know what, 7 years I've been waiting for this moment. I won the Universal Championship, and then I lost it the next day because I got injured because of you and your stupid turnbuckle bomb or whatever it may be. This could have been Finn Balor's moment, but we won't ever know because the crowd was too busy going, whoa, whoa. And it's the same concept with the what chant. The what chant can derail a promo. I do these videos without a script. I literally turn on the camera and I go. And sometimes my phone will ring and it completely derails me. And I have to start the video all over again because my train of thought, I need to just start speaking and just go. And that's what some of these wrestlers probably need to do. Not everybody's The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin. They can't all think on their feet. And sometimes they just need to get a little momentum. But every time you say what after each sentence or each pause, because sometimes you do have to catch your breath when you're talking. You know what I mean? And it's like every time they pause and you say, what? It derails you. It stops the wrestler and they can't get their full promo out. And so I'll say that maybe it's not exclusively the what chant, but I will scapegoat the what chant, but it can be anything from continuously singing the promos or just not letting the wrestler speak. Dominic Mysterio, he's an anomaly. You can boo him all you want. That's part of his gimmick at this point now, his persona. So feel free to not let Dominic speak, but everybody else, let him talk. we can have our fun. We can do what we got to do, but we got to be respectful to these wrestlers because that mic in their hand is literally putting food on their table. If they can cut that one good, solid promo, you never know. You never know what the next Austin 316 is gonna be. You gotta let them get their words out, build that momentum. So please, fans, stop doing it. Stop trying to get yourself over with these stupid what chants or something. You want to get yourself over? Do what Leon France did and just cheer so loud, so crazy that the ring and the cameras bounce. That's how you can get yourself over, crowd. Not getting yourself over at the expense of ruining someone's promo / career. My next pet peeve is a bonus pet peeve. It's the fact that I'm not at 10,000 subscribers because I want to give this belt away, and when I hit 10,000 subscribers, that's when I'll do it. How will I pick who I'm going to give the belt away to? Simple. Comment below. I'm going to pick a random comment, and all you got to do is subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, and maybe a thumbs up. That will help me get us to 10,000. And if you want to help the channel even further, you can allow these videos to actually play all the way to the end. There's this thing that all YouTubers bow down to. It's the YouTube algorithm. Sorry to bore you. I'll be your pet peeve at the moment. If we have likes on the video, comments on the videos, and people watch the video to the end, that tells YouTube to send it to other people that aren't subscribed. We get to 10,000. I give the belt away. I quit my day job because now I have enough YouTube ad revenue to, I don't know, pay the mortgage. It's the dream, guys. I'm trying to follow the dream. I'm trying to hustle. I'm trying to grind. Help me out. Watch the channel, subscribe, hit the bell, win the belt, and let's get to the next one. My next pet peeve is with the wrestlers themselves and the wrestlers peeing on the grave of kayfabe. That is an excellent quote from Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston's a guy in AEW. He makes some questionable decisions in how he wrestles and whatever, but the fact of the matter is he respects kayfabe. First, let's talk what is kayfabe. If you don't know, if you're kind of new to wrestling, kayfabe is when the wrestlers act as if wrestling is real, not just in the wrestling arena or when the cameras are rolling, but everywhere. Perfect example is when Jacob Fatu, he dove onto Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam and he hurt his ankle or his foot or his shin. I don't know what he did, but he hurt his ankle. We'll just say ankle, and he was writhing in pain. So much so that everybody thought it was legit and real. And it even came out that it was supposed to happen, but people thought it still was too real. He looked too hurt that it had to be real. And then the next day, Jacob Fatu was seen at, I don't know, some convenience store, we'll say 7-Eleven, gas station, and someone took a picture and he had a boot on. And so everybody was like, oh, I guess he is injured. Oh, holy crap. He must have really just dove into that table and the dude is really injured. And then it comes to find out 2 weeks later, he's like literally kicking Roman Reigns' butt with the boot on. And it turns out that it was all a work. A work meaning he tricked the fans. You know, he did something and it tricked the fans. But here's the kayfabe part. Jacob Fatu, when he wasn't wrestling, when he had no idea someone would find him and take a picture, he still wore a boot. He pretended and acted as if what happened in the wrestling world when the cameras were rolling actually continued on into real life. So the fact that he wore a boot in real life when he didn't need to progress the storyline, well, that is kayfabe. And for the most part, kayfabe is dead. But Eddie Kingston said, just because kayfabe is dead doesn't mean we have to pee on its grave. And that is what I want to talk about. So we're long past the days where wrestlers, I don't know, they just, you cannot be friends with each other when you're on opposing sides. When you're a good guy and a bad guy, you cannot be seen together ever. Those days are gone, unfortunately. I do love kayfabe and wish it was more of a thing, but I'm okay with it being dead. But let's not pee on its grave here, people. And the fans have to take a part in this too. Recently, we saw Kevin Owens and Randy Orton looking at a car together, and there was no need to post that picture. The fan did not need to post that picture. What did you get out of posting a picture of Kevin Owens and Randy Orton who are feuding together? What did you get out of that? You didn't even get 15 minutes of fame. I have no idea who you are. You, sir, just are disrespectful to the business itself. You didn't need to snapshot a picture of Kevin Owens and Randy Orton together. But I'm not talking about the fans breaking kayfabe here. I'm talking about the wrestlers themselves, because recently when the Wyatt Six debuted and they completely massacred the entire backstage of Monday Night Raw. Literally massacred. Everybody laid out, bodies everywhere. They come out to one of the biggest entrances, reappearances, reintroductions of all time. It's great, it's spooky, it's awesome. And then the Wyatt Six, who are literally pretty much horror movie monsters, after the show, they go to Whataburger and take a picture with a fan out of costume? Give me a break here. So I get it, we're long past the days of Undertaker not speaking for 20 years, but you don't have to go and take a group picture, all smiles, after you just massacred the entire Raw production team. I'm sorry, that was very not cool, Bo Dallas. All members of the Wyatt Six should be ashamed of themselves for allowing that to happen. Again, kayfabe, it's dead, but do we have to pee on the grave? You could be respectful to the fan and say, no, I'm sorry, we can't take a picture because, and that fan shouldn't have released it either. I hate that the fan released it, and I hate that the wrestlers took the picture. And I'm not the only old man yelling at a cloud here, because Mark Henry, the professional wrestler, the Hall of Pain, Mark Henry, on the Busted Open podcast, literally said the same thing, saying that here we have WWE investing so much money in this for only Bo Dallas to go and take a group photo at a Whataburger. Way to ruin the moment, okay? Yeah, it's kayfabe, and nobody really thought they were psycho killers or murderers. We need to be able to pretend, all right? We know for a fact when they take a picture at Whataburger that they're not. But can we just have this illusion of disbelief, please? We're not asking you to spit on the fan. We're just saying, hey, no, we can't do that because of the storyline. Apologies, but you could shake his hand, you could give him autographs, you could do all those things. Just, you didn't have to take a picture. I know you're like, oh, Ken, just so outdated. Give me a break here, because we go back to Jacob Fatu being in the boot. We all respected his respect and love of the business and going above and beyond. And we all love Dominic Mysterio when he goes and does an interview. Did you know? Maybe you don't know. Go catch a Dominic Mysterio interview anywhere after he got into a feud with his dad. No matter what, Dominic Mysterio was always making fun of his dad, always saying what a deadbeat his dad is, always saying maybe Eddie Guerrero's his dad. He one time went to a UFC event. Him and Rey Mysterio were at the same UFC event, and we all know that they came together. We all know in our heart. But for the cameras, off WWE TV, Rey Mysterio sat on one side of the arena and Dominic Mysterio sat on the other, because they respect kayfabe. Watch a Dominic Mysterio interview with Chris Van Vliet. Chris Van Vliet is an amazing interviewer. You guys should really catch him. And he will interview wrestlers, and a lot of times they break away from kayfabe. So it kind of goes against what I'm saying here. They do break away from kayfabe, but it's in an interview session. And again, kayfabe is dead, but we don't need to pee on its grave like go to Whataburger after massacring the crew. But when Chris Van Vliet interviewed Dominic Mysterio, Chris is trying really hard to get something out of Dom, to get Dom to stop playing Dominic Mysterio, the character. But he wouldn't budge. He kept saying, nope, F my dad, F my dad. And finally, Chris Van Vliet was like, is there any good memories you have of your dad? And Dominic Mysterio goes, yeah, when he would leave for work and I would have alone time. It's just amazing. Amazing. When a wrestler goes to those lengths, it's just crazy, awesome, and great. Why do you think Undertaker was able to survive the test of times? Because you didn't have The Undertaker playing a dead man and then going on Regis and Kelly and saying, yeah, it's just a gimmick. No, he went on Regis and Kelly as a dead man, as a mortician, and they were all like, whoa, gosh. And he would do that nonstop. Now he does the 6 Feet Under podcast, but that's after he retired. After he retired, big difference. When you're a wrestler, just respect the business. I'm not asking you to, I don't know. Maybe I am asking. If you're feuding with someone, maybe don't share a Waffle House booth with them. Have them sit on the other side of the restaurant. I mean, Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio did it at a UFC event. Can you guys just sit at opposite sides of the restaurant while you eat? That's all I'm asking. Kayfabe, it's dead, but we don't have to pee on its grave. And the final pet peeve is the most egregious of all pet peeves. It's WWE price gouging right now and very much disrespecting the loyalty of its fans. First off, don't come at me like I hate capitalism, all right? For some reason, if you even question the practices of a business, then you're just a bleeding heart hippie. And that's not the case here. I actually love capitalism, all right? Definitely love capitalism. So glad I'm in America and not communist Russia, all right? Even though Russia is no longer communist. But here's the thing. I also believe in responsible capitalism. Hey, you know what? A business can make a lot of money dumping toxic waste into the water, right? Because it's cheaper. They'll make more money. And, oh, maybe it's against the law, but they'll just pay a fine and poof, everything's right in the world. No, they should just never have dumped the toxic waste in the water in the first place. There's a thing called responsible capitalism. And WWE right now is being very disrespectful to the fans that got them to this point. What am I exactly talking about? WrestleMania tickets right now to be front row for 2 nights, 50 G's. $50,000 for WrestleMania tickets? Let's not look at the front row seats. That's absurd. That is absurd. But let's look at the nosebleeds. Those are still over $1,000, and that's not including the fees. All right, so I got some pictures right here. Okay, so I got this off of Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it now. It's Peter Stark. He paid $252.54 for a 2-day combo pass of WrestleMania 39 2023. And now, here we are in 2024 buying tickets for WrestleMania 41, and those tickets are $5,332? Holy crap. That's over $5,000 in 2 years. That's obnoxious. That is ridiculous and just not cool. Is it legal? Yeah. And don't come at me with, oh, well, they're a business. They got to make the most money. No, they don't. Where does it say that a business just exists to make money? Does a business not exist to provide goods and services to people? Is a business not allowed to show appreciation to the customers who have stood by them? Is there not such a thing called loyalty? Is loyalty a one-way street? Is only my loyalty to the WWE machine, is that all that matters? Or is WWE allowed to be loyal to me as well? And maybe not just me, but like mom and pop down the street. How are families supposed to afford tickets? The nosebleeds are over $1,000. The nosebleeds, $1,000. This guy, I'm not sure where he's sitting. He's probably like on the third balcony or something, but it really is insane and it's not fair and it's not cool. Is it legal? Yeah, it's legal. I do get basic economics. This is one of the few areas where me and Disco Inferno disagree. He's literally just like basic economics. When there's demand, supply and demand. And I do get that. I understand the concept of it, but I also understand the concept of loyalty. I was there in 2019 when they were rubbing dog food on Roman Reigns. I was there. I mean, I wasn't in the building, but I was watching the product. I was supporting the product, even though it was more of a chore back then to watch wrestling, but I stuck with them. People like me got them through the bad times so they can get to the good times. Look at that guy who got dog food all over him. Now, he's our tribal chief. It's just, I don't get it. And if you are rich, this is not a commentary on you, okay? If you have the money to go to WrestleMania 41, do whatever you want with your money. This is about WWE. So if you're rich and you have all that money, great. Please consider becoming a member of the channel. But I'm not trying to make anybody feel guilty except for WWE and Triple H. Those are the people that need to be feeling guilty about this. And I'm sure it'll sell out. Triple H comes out left and right telling us this show at Leon France made the most money of any SmackDown of all time. And I'm thinking to myself, how did a SmackDown of like 15,000 make more money than any wrestling event of all time? And I'm like, they're price gouging. They're absolutely price gouging. And then the evidence comes out that they definitely are, because they finally do it to the Americans, really, with WrestleMania 41. And it's like, holy crap. And they're going to continue doing it. Nothing's going to stop. But it's a pet peeve of mine. I'm not saying that this video is going to change anything, but it's like, it's ridiculous. It's uncalled for. How are families supposed to go? Here's a little bit of insight on who I am, right? Me and my dad, he loved me. My dad loved me, but we didn't have a lot in common, all right? My brother loved baseball, but I didn't like fake sports. I liked real sports like professional wrestling. And my dad loved baseball. So him and my brother always got along, right? But I didn't like any sports until wrestling. And my dad would take me to wrestling shows. And that was one of the few times that me and my dad could actually bond together. And I don't see that happening with my kids going to wrestling events now. Knowing that WrestleMania is $1,000 before Ticketmaster takes its cut, how am I supposed to afford that? I have 2 kids that I would love to bring to wrestling, and I could never, ever, even in my wildest dreams, think that I could do that. I could not afford $3,000 to $5,000 to go to WrestleMania. That's insane. Granted, our pay-per-views, our PLEs are definitely way more affordable than they used to be, so I will give WWE that. They have given us the alternative of really cheap viewership of these big events, so thank you for that. I think that is very respectful to the audience, and you are still able to make a profit. That is responsible capitalism right there. They give the fans something, the fans give back, everybody is happy, but with ticket sales, this price gouging, it's insane, and I don't like it. I do understand it's a business, but I am not going to make excuses. It's not shady, but it's definitely rude. Definitely rude. I'm not going to make excuses for rude behaviors from corporations because of some notion that they've got to squeeze us dry. So that's my pet peeve. WrestleMania tickets and the price gouging that is happening. I don't like that they're doing it at WrestleMania. I don't like that they're doing it with the fans overseas. Just because they get one show every 10 years, do we have to like completely wipe out their savings? Hey, you know what? We're grown. We can make our own decisions. If you want to wipe out your savings to go to the wrestling, yeah, that's on them. But at the same time, I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me. And it's a pet peeve. So, unfortunately, it looks like WrestleMania 23 will be the only WrestleMania I ever see because I'm not seeing this. But then again, who knows? Wrestling's all about ups and downs, and eventually wrestling won't be cool again. And that's when us diehard fans can go back and start watching wrestling. Unfortunately, if we have to put up with some dog food, then we have to put up with some dog food. And so those are my pet peeves. What are some of yours? Please let me know. Let's yell at the clouds together. And yeah, I appreciate every single one of you. The people watching this channel, you definitely are not my pet peeves. You are the opposite. I don't know what the opposite of a pet peeve is, though, so just thank you. Thank you. I have gratitude towards you. I appreciate every single one of you. Please be so kind and comment below and have yourselves a great day, guys and girls.